welcome to Green Nigeria.
Okay, you're welcome to your number one and authentic program on radio. It's Green Nigeria Radio Show, and today we'll be telling you about cocopeat. I guess most of us don't know what cocopeat is, and we'll be telling you how that applies to agriculture, and then we'll be telling you the uses of neem powder. Some of us will think neem, which is commonly called dogonyaro, is used just for medicinal purposes. Well, it shock you to know that neem can be used for agricultural and growth purposes. Plants. Stay tuned on Green Nigeria Radio Show, and we'll be giving you all the detail that you need to know about cocopeat and neem powder. My name is Meshach Yager. This program is about tourism and agriculture. Here we say tourism, agriculture, progress. We'll be right back.
You're welcome to Green Nigeria.
Okay, you're welcome back. This is your authentic voice for tourism and agriculture. It's Green Nigeria Radio Show. And before we continue, earlier we told you about cocopeat. We told you we'll be giving you detail about cocopeat and neem powder. But before we do that, let's quickly tell you about the state in focus for today. Remember, the program is about tourism and agriculture, and today we'll be telling you about Adamawa State, and we'll tell you about the hot water that is in Adamawa State. It's called Ruwanza, okay? The Lamode Hot Springs. Before we get to that, let's tell you that Adamawa State is a state in northeast geopolitical zone of Nigeria, bordered by Borno to the northwest, Gombe to the west, and Taraba to the southwest. And of course, the capital of Adamawa State is Yola, and established on 27th August 1991 by the then military administration of General Ibrahim Babangida. What else do you need to know about Adamawa State? Adamawa State is one of the largest states of Nigeria. Okay? Adamawa State, in case you don't know, Adamawa State is one of the largest states in Nigeria. I think Niger State is the largest. Niger State is bigger than some countries of the world. Okay? Niger State is very big. Okay? Some even say there are ungoverned lands, okay? Because a lot of things happening in most of all these lands that are not controlled. It's a topic for another day, okay? And Nigeria has a lot of land. What are we doing with it? Okay, that's all for Adamawa State on this episode. Let's quickly tell you about the Lamode Hot Springs. If you go to Lamode Hot Springs, you will find hot water at boiling point always. That water there is capable of, cooking an egg. If you put an egg in that water, it comes out baked, ready to be munched. Okay, so go check it out. Don't forget where you heard it first. You heard it on Green Nigeria Radio Show. It's about tourism, agriculture, progress. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we will tell you about cocopeat and the combination of cocopeat and neem powder and how that works in agriculture. Stay tuned. You'll find out what cocopeat means and what cocopeat is.
You're welcome to Green Nigeria.
Okay, you're welcome back. This is your authentic voice for tourism and agriculture. Green Nigeria Radio Show, and my name is Meshach Yager. Before we tell you about cocopeat, as we have earlier on the program, let's play you this video and then we'll come back to our story. Okay, now in case you don't know what is going on there, This is what you call cocopeat. Okay, it ensures that plants have access to water even during dry spells, reducing the risk of crop failure. Improved aeration. Unlike traditional oil, cocopeat has excellent aeration properties. It prevents soil compaction, allowing for better root development and oxygen uptake by plants. Okay. Now, some would ask, is cocopeat a fertilizer? Well, ideal growing media for plants. That's what cocopeat is, and it retains moisture, stores and releases nutrients to roots over extended period of time, enhancing plant growth. Cocopeat used for horticultural or agricultural nursery and greenhouse applications can do just fine. Okay, what is the lifespan of cocopeat? Okay, you want to know what's the lifespan of this very good resource. You know, the lifespan of cocopeat can vary depending on several factors, including its quality, how it is stored, and how it is used in general. Okay, cocopeat can last up to 3 years, provided it is kept away from direct sunlight in a cool, dry environment. However, the lifespan of cocopeat can be affected by how you use it. Okay, just like if you buy drugs from the pharmacy, they tell you please store in a cool, dry place. Please store, take it away from sunlight and all that. Same thing applies to cocopeat. Okay, if you want your cocopeat to last long so that you can use it over and over again, take it away from sunlight. Okay, take it away from heat, and it can last up to 3 years. All right. Now, we told you about neem powder. You know dogon yaro, the common dogon yaro. Okay, it's called neem. Okay, and in Hausa you call it dogon yaro. Okay, a tall boy. Okay, because dogon yaro is known to be very long. Okay, so neem contains chemicals that might help reduce blood sugar. Okay, blood sugar levels. Neem contains
Welcome to Green Nigeria.
chemicals that will reduce blood sugar levels, heal ulcers in the digestive tract, prevent pregnancy, kill bacteria, and prevent plague from forming in the mouth. But that's not all about neem. Okay, we understand all these health benefits of neem, medicinal benefits of neem. The addition of neem kernel powder gives resistance to bacterial. Talking about the combination of neem and cocopeat now. Okay, that's how it links. Okay, gives resistance to bacterial and fungal development on roots. Okay, so what you do now is you get your neem powder, blend it, and then mix it with your cocopeat, and then have it in your plants. That will resist fungal, bacterial, and what have you, fighting against insects generally. This cocopeat neem booster block is homogeneous and is a mixture of neem kernel powder and cocopeat. It is highly effective against insects and naturally fights other pests. So if you want a natural means of having like a pest resistant plant, just apply neem and cocopeat. Very educative, right? Alright, this is a hub for farmers, and of course this program is about tourism and agriculture. And if you want to learn new things, new tips on how to grow your crops and your produce, then of course Green Nigeria Radio Show is where you should be tuned to every now and again. We'll go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll be giving you some agricultural news, and then stay tuned. It's Green Nigeria Radio Show. My name is Meshach Yager.
You're welcome to Green Nigeria.
Okay, you're welcome back. We've been talking about cocopeat. We've been telling you about neem powder. We've been telling you how neem powder and cocopeat can work just fine for your plants. Okay, go Google it, research, and see if what we've said is actually true. Alright, on to some agricultural news. We'll tell you that we have some headlines here. Dangote distributes 1 million bags of rice. Dangote distributes 1 million bags of rice. CBN interventions. Farmers, agri firms fail to repay 380 billion due loans. You remember the loans that were distributed during the Buhari time? Now CBN is saying farmers and people who borrow these loans have not been able to pay. There's a big problem somewhere. Okay, where this money is used for agriculture, where this money is given to farmers, and that's what we've been talking about on this program every time. We've been hammering it. Do these monies meant for agriculture get to the real farmers, the rural farmers, the people who are involved in farming? Okay, if we keep misappropriating the funds for agriculture, then the eminent thing is sure that there will be scarcity, there will be hunger, and we will not be able to avert the hunger that is predicted by 2030. Okay, now on to more agricultural news. Talking about crop watch, deadline to spread urea fertilizer approaches. Urea fertilizer, the deadline approaches. Now on to news about Tinubu, President. Nigeria may get another $500 million loan from World Bank to boost rural access agriculture. What we just finished talking about now. The government is still saying they might have to get over $500 million for agriculture. You know, every administration comes and they collect money for agriculture, but we are still having, you know, lack in terms of food. A bag of rice now is about 80,000, 70,000, and it's still getting higher and higher. Okay, so the government is saying they might need another 500 million for agriculture. Okay, on to another news now. Bruno farm hailed for agricultural feast as it successfully harvests Chinese hybrid rice. Okay, now on to IFAD. You remember IFAD has been on in the news on this station for quite some time now. Now, why we delayed release of $5 million grant for farmers? Go check that out. They are saying, they are giving you reasons why that was delayed, that $5 million was delayed. You keep hearing these big amounts in dollars, in millions, but there's still, I mean, the cost of living, the cost of feeding in Nigeria presently is still very high. Okay? Some say it's because of farmers' headers, so there has really been no farming season for quite some time. And well, don't forget, we have hydroponics, and we've been talking about hydroponics, that in your compound you can start cultivating and harvesting. So you might not, the excuse of farmer headers clashes might not fly again in the next 10 years. Okay, so think about that and be proactive as a farmer. Okay, now on to other news. 42,000 metric tons of grains being shared to states, says agriculture minister. The agriculture minister says that they are sharing over 42,000 metric tons of grains. Okay, and another news now says that Nigerians may soon start importing yam from China. Permanent Secretary laments on this, that Nigerians may soon start importing yam from China. And on to another news, about over 27,000 Benue women to benefit from Bank of Africa grant. Okay, we keep having grants, monies everywhere in paper, but we are not seeing the impact. My worries is that we shouldn't be caught in the mix, taking news that have no tangible effect on the people. Okay, now on to another news. CBN donation of fertilizers is still on. Germany to partner FUNAB on food production. Germany to partner FUNAB, FUNAAB, on food production. Okay, now on to another news. Ownership of oil palm giant Prisco returns to Nigeria after 33-year Belgian control. Okay, we'll put a full stop there. That's how much we can tell you on agricultural news. And my prayer is that Nigeria will rise and start producing and exporting quality food. And of course, let's take a look at the neem powder and the cocopeat experiment that we showed you today. And as a farmer, go try and then give us feedback. This is your authentic voice for tourism and agriculture. It's Green Nigeria Radio Show, and it has been about cocopeat and neem powder today, and we also told you several various other agricultural news. And stay tuned, we'll bring you more news next time. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos and watch all our programs, and follow us also on live radio. My name is Meshach Yager. It's Green Nigeria Radio Show.
You're welcome to Green Nigeria.